Philippines.
Good morning, my grade 8 students.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
How's your day?
We're fine, sir.
Very good, sir.
Okay, great. That's good to hear. So, flash on the screen are the reminders when you enter this room. So, first one is kindly mute your microphones. Use the raise hand button and unmute your microphone if you are about to recite or talk. Then after that, type your full name in the chat box section for your attendance. Next, during the class discussion, please be prepared for random calls. I will intentionally call someone to talk or to recite so that you will be more attentive in our online class. So please prepare to unmute your microphone. Lastly, report to me if you suddenly experience some technical problems. Is it clear, class?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Before we start the day, let us pray first. Mr. Miranda, Princel, kindly lead the prayer.
Yes, sir. Let's bow for the presence of our Lord. Our Father in heaven, once again, we thank you for giving us another opportunity to come together as a class and to start another day to learn again. Before we start our online class, we ask for your guidance and wisdom so that we could attend to our classes very well as absorb and understand our lessons easier and well. Help us and guide us to be attentive to our lessons and help us understand it that we may use it in our upcoming activities and examinations. Lord, help our minds to absorb each lesson. Our teacher teach us and guide our activities to teach us.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Princel. So, class, I gave you an assignment last meeting, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and let me remind you that the deadline of that activity is tonight at 11:59 p.m. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, class, let's have an activity. This activity is entitled Let's Play Bingo. So, here is the instruction. So, I will divide you into two groups. Each group will need to mark off the word bingo. Members of the team should answer series of questions that I will be provided in each letter. The first group that can answer the 5 questions correctly and completely mark off the word bingo will be the winner. Okay? So, these are the series of questions that you need to answer. You only have 1 minute to answer. So, for group 1, we have Christian Reynel J. Art Argil. And for group 2 is Christy, Jessa Marie, Daniel, Princel, and Kimberly. And if your group is done answering, just say the word bingo and the representative of the group will mention their answer. Okay, timer starts now. You only have 1 minute. Just say the word bingo if you're done.
Bingo, sir.
Okay, stop. Mr. Rainiel's group are done answering. Any representative of their group to mention their answers? So, your
Sir.
okay, Mr. Rainiel. Read every question first before mentioning your answers.
Yes, sir. So, letter B. These are tools used in driving or pounding and pulling out nails. The answer, sir, is hammer.
Okay, correct.
So, letter I. These are made from metal with insulators in the handle and are used for cutting, twisting, bending, holding, and gripping wires and cables. Sir, the answer is pliers.
Okay, again, it's correct.
So, N. These tools are made of steel, hardened and tempered at the tip, used to loosen or tighten screws with slotted heads. Sir, the answer is screwdrivers.
Okay, correct.
So,
Next.
letter G. A tool used for removing insulation of medium-sized wires, ranging from gauge number 10 to gauge number 16. Sir, the answer is wire stripper.
Okay, correct.
So, last, letter O. These are used for cutting and holding fine wires. This can reach tight space or small opening where other pliers cannot reach, and also used in making terminal loops of copper wire. Sir, the answer is long nose pliers.
Okay, very good. All the answers of Mr. Rainiel's group are correct. So from the activity, what is our last topic? Yes, Mr. Christian.
Sir, based on our activity, sir, our previous topic or past topic is all about electrical tools and materials, sir.
Very good. Lastly, we tackled about electrical tools and materials. I hope you maintain your interest and for our next topic. Before we go deeper in our discussion, let's have first another activity. So our activity is entitled Please Complete Me. So I will divide you into two groups again, and each member from each group will be alternately asked to give one letter to complete the words that will reveal our next topic. Okay, let's start. First group, give one letter. Anyone from the first group? Mr. Tirao, from A to Z, give one letter.
C.
Again, Mr. Tirao,
Letter C, sir.
letter C. Next, from the second group, Mr. Daniel,
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
from A to Z, give one letter.
A to Z, letter D.
Letter D.
Yes.
Okay. Next, from group 1 again, Mr. Christian, give one letter.
Letter M, sir.
M, maybe. So, next, from the group 2, give one letter again. Miss Apales, Kimberly.
Letter M, sir.
So, letter M is wrong. So, from the group 1 again, Mr. Roma Santa, Rainiel.
Letter E, sir.
Letter E. Next, from the group 2,
Letter
letter
R.
letter R. From the group 1,
Sir.
L,
yes,
sir, L.
Christian.
Letter L, sir.
Electrode, sir.
Letter L. Next, next
Letter
from the
T,
letter
T, sir.
letter T. Okay, next from the group 1, Argil.
Letter I, sir.
Letter I. And then from the group 2, Mr. JR.
B, sir.
Again,
Letter B, sir.
B. Then for the last letter, Mr. Rainiel.
S, sir.
Another one, letter.
A, sir.
Letter A. Okay. So, So today, we will talk about electrical devices. And here are the learning objectives that we must attain at the end of our discussion. So first one is identify the different types of electrical devices. Second, illustrate the different types of electrical devices. And lastly, appreciate the importance of knowing the different types of electrical devices and their uses. So, okay class, who among you knows something about electrical devices? Yes, Christian?
Sir, electrical devices, sir, is a devices wherein we use it for electrical tasks, just like doing circuits, sir.
Very well said, Mr. Christian. So, in addition to that, electrical devices are devices that functionally rely on electrical energy to drive their core parts. Kindly give some example of electrical devices. Let us hear Mr. Argil.
Switch, sir.
Switch, and what is the significance of this electrical device in an electrical system?
Sir. Without the switch, the light will not turn on.
Very good, Mr. Argil. So give him a virtual clap. Okay, so class, during our virtual discussion, please avoid unnecessary movements to prevent minor injuries. So always put in your mind that prevention is better than cure, so always put safety first. Did I make myself clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's have another activity to test your observation skills. This activity is entitled First at First Glance. So look at your surroundings right now. Is there any electrical devices? Can you see? So if you identify one thing as an electrical device, kindly list them on your notes. Okay, let's have Mr. Christian. What electrical devices did you list on your notes that you have seen in your surrounding?
Sir, electrical devices, sir, that I listed is or are switch, sir,
Okay?
a receptacle.
Okay?
Uh, that's all, sir.
Okay, very good, Mr. Christian. Hmm. Next, so here are the pictures of the different electrical devices that we usually see in our houses or in any buildings. Are you familiar with those kind of materials or electrical devices?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes,
so,
sir.
so that is what we call the electrical devices. Did you get it, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's have another activity to test not just your observation skills but also the cooperation and collaboration skills. This activity is entitled Observe, Think, and Share. So, based on the pictures flashed on the screen, what are the functions of electrical devices that are being circled in an electrical system? Let's have Mr. JR.
Sir, lamp and
Yes, Mr.
switches
JR.
and outlet, sir.
Okay, what is the importance of it or function? Let's have Mr. Christian.
So the function of switch, sir, is
Yes, sir.
to turn off the light, and the outlet is to give power to our appliances, and the lamp uh, produce light, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. JR. Do you have any addition, Mr. Christian?
For the illustration number one, sir. Sir, we are using switch, sir, for
Okay,
cutting off or switch on the electrical devices, which is the receptacle with bulb, sir. And we are using also battery for the main source of energy, sir. And the third one, sir, it has a outlet, sir. So outlet is used for energizing electrical machines and electrical equipment, sir.
Okay, very well said, Mr. Christian. Thank you. So, the main importance of electrical devices is to protect houses, buildings, appliances, and instruments from any destruction or damage. They are also used to control the flow of any electrical circuit. Then, if there are no electrical devices, there will be no electricity that will be distributed from one place to another. Do you get it, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's proceed to another activity which entitled brain writing. So I will divide the class into two groups. So same group, just like earlier. So each group will be given a task to accomplish. So for group 1, discuss briefly how electrical devices work and give specific applications of those devices. So for group 2, cite the similarities and differences of electrical devices such as switches, outlets, circuit breakers, fuses through a Venn diagram. I will give you 2 minutes to brainstorm and do your task. So timer starts now. Okay, last 1 minute. Last 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are you done, class? Hello, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's proceed to the presentation of each group. So, group 1, the platform is yours. Any representative from the group 1?
Sir, Ringel po.
Yes, Rainiel?
To discuss briefly how electrical devices work and give specific application of those devices. So, first device, sir, is switch. So, um, um, to it turns on and turns off the light. So it's and how it works, just push the uh push the button, then it will
Okay.
turn on or off the lights.
Okay, thank you. Very good, group 1. So, for group 2, you are the next presenter. Please proceed. Any representative?
Sir.
Yes, Christian?
Sir, as I said earlier, sir, the outlet is uh, the main use of outlet is to energize different kind of machines and equipment, sir. And for circuit breaker, sir, it breaks the whole circuit when it has a excessive voltage, sir.
Okay, sorry. So, very good class. You are now more familiar with the different electrical devices as well as their uses and importance. Give yourself a virtual clap. Okay, let's proceed to the discussion of every electrical device. So first one are switches. Kindly read. Anyone from the class? Yes, Venry.
Sir, switches.
These are used to make or break a connection in a circuit.
Okay, thank you, Benry. So these are used to make or break a connection in a circuit. So electrical switches are very important because all the equipment we are using is useless without a switch. Remember that, class. So electric switches used to connect and break the flow of connectivity. When a switch is on, the passage of electricity starts, and when the switch is off, the passage of electricity stops. As simple as that. Did you get it, class? That
Yes,
is the
sir.
function of the switches. Okay, next one we have outlets. Kindly read. Yes, JR.
Outlets. These are the receptacles in a wall or baseboard for a connection of lamp or other electrical appliances.
Thank you, Mr. JR. So it is simply allow electrical equipment to connect to the electrical grid. The electrical grid provides alternating current to the outlet. Did you get it, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is the simplest definition or function of the outlet. So next we have fuses. Kindly read. Anyone from the class? I see Mr. Raymond.
Fuses. These are electrical safety devices consisting of or including a wire of strips of possible metal that melts and interrupts the circuit when the current exceeds a particular amperage.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raymond. So fuses are electrical safety device. So that operates they provide overcurrent protection of an electrical circuit. Its essential component is metal wire. So this metal wire. Then so its essential component is a metal wire or strip that melts when too much current flows throughout it, thereby stopping or interrupting the current. So it is a sacrificial device. Once the fuse has operated, it is an open circuit and must be replaced or rewired depending on its type. Do you understand, class?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, next electrical device we have circuit breakers. Kindly read. Yes, Rainiel.
Circuit breakers. These are electrical devices designed to protect an electrical circuit from damage caused by overcurrent or overload or short circuit.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rainiel. So the basic function of circuit breakers is to interrupt current flow after protective relays detect a fault. In its simplest form, it is an automatic circuit protection system. In doing so, it can prevent damage to an electrical circuit and possibly appliances, electronics, and your home. Without circuit breakers, household electricity would be impractical because of the potential for fires and other mayhem resulting from simple wiring problems and equipment failures. So, circuit breakers is very important. Electrical device. Did you get it, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for the response. Next are lamp holders. Kindly read, Miss Apales. Are you there? Miss Apales?
Sir,
Yes, Miss Apales. Kindly read. What?
Lamp holders. These are electrical device used for holding a light, bulb, or lamp.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Apales. So, it is simply an electrical device which mechanically supports and provide electrical connections for a compatible electrical lamp or what we call the light bulb. Okay, next. Last device, we have light bulbs. Kindly read, Mr. Argil.
Light bulbs. These are electrical devices used to convert electricity into light, consisting of a source of illumination enclosed within a transparent or translucent shell, typically having a rounded shape and designed to be fitted into a socket in a lamp.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Argil. So it is simply light bulbs are electrical devices that produces visible light or light from electrical power. Did you understand, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, kindly mention those electrical devices that we tackled. Let's have Mr. Christian.
Sir, the PowerPoint presentation, sir, is not presented on my laptop, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, let's have another student, Mr. Rainiel.
Sir, fuse, switches, light bulbs, circuit breaker, outlets, yung sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rainiel. Let's proceed to a activity. Let us have another activity which entitled Answer Me If You Can. Let's have Mr. Daniel for number one. So for number one, Mr. Daniel, are you there?
Okay, sir, I'm here.
So for number one, you want to control the lights in your house in different locations. What electrical device you should use?
Sir, I should use a three-way switch to control a lamp with in different location.
Okay, very good, Mr. Daniel. That's right. For number two, let's hear Mr. JR. Are you there, Mr. JR?
Yes, sir.
So for number two, if you want to protect your house from overloading and short circuit, which causes fire, what device should you install in your house?
Circuit breaker, sir.
Very good, Mr. JR. So why we should use circuit breakers rather than fuse? Anyone from the class?
Sir,
Yes, Mr. Christian.
sir, we are using circuit breaker, sir, rather than fuse, sir, because circuit breaker, when there is an overloading, sir, the circuit breaker is the circuit breaker will trip, while the fuse will change the fuse itself, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Christian. Do you have any addition, Mr. Daniel?
Sir, like what Mr. Christian said, circuit breaker is an fuse is a temporary device, so that it is advantage to use circuit breaker as a sensitive device in our home.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel. So, any questions or clarifications, class?
None, sir.
None, sir.
Then I will be the one to
Yes,
ask you
sir.
questions. Be prepared for random calls. So, for number one, uh, why it is important to know the different types of electrical devices? Let's have Mr. Arjun. Mr. Argil, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So why it is important to know the different types of electrical devices?
Sir, it is very important to know the different types of electrical devices for us to be familiarized also, sir.
Okay, very good, Mr. Argil. So for question number 2, how significant is the role of electrical devices in an electrical system? Let's have Mr. Christian.
Yes, sir. Nalalag sa laptop ko. Nalalag sa laptop ko mga ano lagad.
Mr. Christian, how significant is the role of electrical device in an electrical system?
Wait lang mga naglalag yung laptop. Wait lang mga ano. How significant is the role of electrical devices in an electric system, sir? Is it significant because without electrical devices, sir, an electric system is useless, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Christian. Let's proceed to number 3. Kindly read and answer, Mr. Rainiel. Mr. Rainiel.
Why, why is it important to know the uses and functions of every electricity? So, it is important to know the uses and functions of every electrical device so that when we are building a or making a circuit, we know what we will use.
So for number 4, let's have Mr. Daniel.
Okay, sir. Cite one electrical device and give its uses or function. Maybe sir, portable electric grinder used to cut metals and also make a used to cut also a you should I electrical portable electric grinder can use also in masonry.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel. So for number 5, let's have Mark Venry. Can you read and answer?
How important those electrical devices in our house, office, and any types of the building? I'm sure it is important, sir, because in case of some electrical problems, so we have electrical devices as a backup, sir.
Okay, thank you. Very good, Mr. Venry. So, okay, class, are you ready for our short quiz?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
So, I will post the short quiz at
Yes,
exactly
sir.
10 a.m. and closes at exactly 10:30 a.m. So, please make sure that you have a strong internet connection to take the quiz. So, for test 1, it is identification, and for test 2, it is enumeration. So, in a few minutes, the quiz will be uploaded. Just wait for it. Good luck and God bless. So, are you done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how's the feeling on taking the quiz? Is it easy?
Piece of cake, sir.
Wow, that's good to hear, Mr. Argil. Okay, as you can see in our screen is the laugh and wow button. So click the laugh button if you think that we achieved the lesson objectives and wow button if not. Okay, for the first objective, identify the different types of electrical devices. Next, illustrate the different types of electrical devices. Lastly, appreciate the importance of knowing the different types of electrical devices and their uses. So, okay, I'm happy that we achieved the lesson objectives for today's discussion. So for your assignment, research about different electrical supplies and materials to be placed on a Word document. So I will be uploading the assignment later where you can attach your file, and please be reminded about the rubrics in the format I have given to you in a passing Word document. Is it clear, class? Are you with me, class? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
questions before we end this meeting?
None,
None,
sir.
sir.
Done, sir.
None, sir.
Answer.
Then let's call it a day. Goodbye, class.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye, sir.